I grew up in Las Vegas, and my family moved here for my dad's job. He was in the airline business, and he was the CFO and COO of a local Grand Canyon tour airline. A few years after he had his job, he decided to open his own airline, his own business. And as you can imagine, with my dad being the breadwinner for my family, it took everything, all of our resources, into starting this business. So he actually got financing, purchased airplanes, got the business up and running, hired an attorney, a corporate attorney, to help him make sure that the entity itself and the business was set up correctly. And unfortunately, that attorney took advantage of him with the help of some other third parties. They took control of the airline and pushed my dad out completely. They ended up running it into bankruptcy, which, as you can imagine, was devastating for our family. My dad hired a second attorney who was much better than the first to pursue a malpractice lawsuit against the first attorney. And as I was growing up, I remember hearing my dad tell me stories about his experiences with these attorneys and how the relationships were very transactional. He never felt a real connection with them, or that he was being represented or counseled in the best way. So that really shaped my perspective, and I watched my dad fight this legal battle all the way up to the Nevada Supreme Court. It started when I was in middle school, and we didn't get a final decision until I was a sophomore in college. And the final decision was actually a ruling in favor of the attorney against my dad on a technicality, a statute of limitations issue. So as you can imagine, that really shaped my perspective and the individual that I became, the adult that I grew into, the woman that I grew into. And as I was growing up, my family focused a lot on education. So education was one of those big family values on both sides of my family. And for them, it was education is empowerment. It's the ability to make informed decisions, to do what's right for you and what's right for your family. So I focused a lot on school. I was one of those kids that had to get straight A's, and I actually graduated from Green Valley High School in Henderson, Nevada. In 1997, I was a valedictorian. And then after graduating from high school, I went to Pepperdine in Southern California. I graduated in 3 years with my bachelor's in business administration, which was perfect timing because I was 5 months pregnant with twins. So my husband and I are actually high school sweethearts. We met when I was 16, he was 17. And starting a family right out of college was not part of our plan. I had planned to go right into law school and start law school in the fall of 2000, but that's when our daughters were born, Kyra and Shira. So we ended up moving back home. Both of our families are here, and I stayed home with the girls for a year. And when they were 1, on their first birthday, I started law school. So I had no idea what law school was about. It's a completely different learning experience than any other type of educational experience I've had. And fortunately, I figured it out and I did well. I graduated at the top of my class and got the job at the #1 firm that I wanted to go to and many of my classmates wanted to go to. And I had a great experience there, starting out thinking, okay, I like this. I can be a corporate attorney. I can be a partner here. But I soon realized that the traditional law firm setup was not something that really benefited me and the way that I wanted to be able to serve clients. So I saw, again, the problems that my dad had talked about, where it was very transactional. I had to bill clients by the hour, so every 6 minutes of my time was accounted for, and I had to bill clients for that. And I saw the limitations that it placed on the attorney-client relationship. So after practicing in private practice for 10 years, I went in-house. I was the general counsel for a financial services company here in Las Vegas. I did that for 2.5 years, and then in 2017, we opened up Young Law Group, our law firm, and I'm so excited to be able to represent the clients that I want to represent, practice in the area of estate planning in particular, but other areas such as business and entertainment and personal injury, and really have the meaningful relationship and feel like I'm giving back and giving value and serving my clients in the best way possible.